Big Blue Bubble is a huge mobile gaming company, but they are mostly known for their 2012 game, My Singing Monsters. Big Blue Bubble, though, was made all the way back in 2002, 10 years before My Singing Monsters. So, what was with the company before MSM? Was it just concepts, or was it hundreds of failed and cancelled projects, all leading up to a star being born? Let's go through all of that and see what was way before the hit. Bubble Trouble. It was the name of Big Blue Bubble's first game. It was made in 2003, 1 year after Big Blue Bubble's founding. It looked pixelated and the text was a regular, boring font, although it was pretty good for its time. Bubble Trouble's music was repetitive and again boring. It had two modes, normal and timed. In normal mode, you had to go through levels and levels of bubble-filled screens. The way to get to the next level was to burst all the bubbles, leaving only those that can't be popped. Timed mode, however, is lost to time. Get it? Big Blue Bubble's second game, Geeks, is also lost to time. No one knows what it was even about, and there's no footage of it, sadly. A bit after the publishing of those games, Big Blue Bubble was incorporated and gained the first version of their logo. The next game Big Blue Bubble made was Captain Lunar. The only footage I could find of it was recording the device, so bear with me here. Once you started a new game, there is a big, boring story, but after it, the gameplay is pretty nice. It's a game where you avoid enemies, gather items, traverse various environments, and win. It's an hour-long playthrough, so it's not even that short. The graphics are also pretty decent for its time. Jarheads of Zorubus is forgotten, so is Milton Bradley board games, but there's a picture of it on Big Blue Bubble's website. Standing Stones lost too. One massive detail to note is that Milton Bradley board games would become the first mobile network multiplayer game in North America, so that's an achievement. Next game they made in 2005 was Atomic Betty. It was a video game based on the show by the same name, released for the Game Boy Advance. It was a platformer with 3 playable characters, which you can switch to during play. The game has some neat mini-games too. Graphically, this game is decent, but I'd say Captain Lunar was better in terms of graphics. Next, we have Dragon Tower, which was an actual board game, but this one's documented. You have a tower which you need to climb to save the princess. You have to dodge various obstacles along the way. I tell you how to play it properly, but without the game in my hands, it's pretty hard to learn and teach it. I'll leave a link to the article I found on how to play it in the description, if you're interested, along with every other video I used. Anyways, let's continue. The next game, Jewel Quest, is a tile-matching puzzle video game. It's your generic match 3 game and there's not much to talk about it. It has 180 levels and is set in the Mayan culture. The life system's also present in the game. So there's that. Next game on the list of 2005 games is Mage Knight, Destiny's Soldier. It is a strategy game in which you have to defeat all the enemies in a level. It has a story which, again, I will not be bothered to read, process, and tell it to you. Overall, it's a nice game for the Nintendo DS. Next game they developed was Mahjong Quest. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right. It's basically just a bunch of cards with symbols and you have to connect 2 of the same symbols to remove the 2 cards. Your goal is to get rid of every card or whatever they are. Decent game, I guess. It has a very good replay value though. The next game is The Three Stooges, Making Dough. The footage of this is very limited, but from the 2 GIFs on IGN, I think that this game is just a bunch of minigames. Next game is 24, the mobile game. Despite winning the 2006 BAFTA Gamers Award, I can't seem to find any footage about it. As I was going through more and more games, I realized that there's just way too much games BBB had involved in. So I decided to leave out the boring ones and only bring up the cool and notable games. So the next notable game has more than 10 million downloads, and it's called Home Sweet Home. It's a house decorating simulator with over 400 pieces of furniture. And as BBB said in their history article, it spawned a new genre in mobile gaming. Another game that spawned a huge mystery that Big Blue Bubble made is SpongeBob SquarePants Saves the Day. It is a short online game where you have to make SpongeBob's friends and other main characters happy. The mystery I was talking about is the infamous Yummer image that's located in one of the sprite sheets next to a scared Mrs. Puff pointing at it. The next game, which introduced the Firehaven critter in My Singing Monsters, is called Burn the Rope. Burn the Rope is a puzzle game where you have to, burn the rope. The game is similar to Cut the Rope, which Big Blue Bubble didn't make. Next very notable game, which got a remake recently, is Thumpies. Thumpies is a triple element monster in MSM, so that gives the game even more recognition. It's a silly game where you have to tap a log every time your Thumpy lands on it. Pretty cool game with a lot of replay value. The last game I will bring up in this video is Fling a Thing. The game's main cute purplish mascot is used as a very famous decoration in My Singing Monsters. In it, you have to fling the thing to pop all the bubbles to beat a level. After Fling a Thing came My Singing Monsters, and thus the video is finished. If you want a sequel, drop a like and subscribe. Anyways, bye!